Hi, Sam. Can you hear me? That's a no.
It's a big no.
How about now? Can you hear me now, Sam? No. How about now? Can you hear me now, Sam?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, hang on. We're trying to get our AV going here. Bear with us.
Would that work better, Ty?
What's that?
Just funnel all the questions through you,
Might need to.
just for sake of ease.
Let me double check with these guys.
So we're gonna blame Ty for not starting on time, correct?
So when does your 24 minutes start?
That's a good
I
question.
think your 24 minutes starts when
Well, see,
we
here's the
start.
problem is it actually says meeting adjourned at 6:24.
Oh,
So,
Oh, is that what you're looking for?
well, that's how this is that's how this is done.
Yeah, see, look at what it's doing with the, it's like duplexing or something's going on there. That's the visual. Yeah, it's tiled.
They kind of, it's kind of reminiscent of like a really old like music video where they like kind of transition between like. Yeah. The kids are gonna love this.
I mean, we can just use the local mic. That's what I'm using right now. It's on my laptop. That's all right. We'll put you app.
There you go.
Okay, I'm officially revising my meeting adjournment time. I counted for 24 minutes.
Can you see that, Sam?
I can see the map. Yeah.
Okay. We'll go ahead and wing it with this, see how it goes. All right, let's do it, yeah.
okay. We will call this meeting to order. This is the November meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals for the City of East Peoria. Our first item is roll call.
Driscoll.
Here.
Whitman.
Here.
Tippin.
Here.
Brashears.
Here.
Sams.
Here.
Bruner.
Here.
Kellett. Here. We have a quorum. All are present.
Excellent. The next order of business then would be the approval of the minutes from the meeting held on October 14th, 2024. Do I have a motion to approve those minutes?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Troy. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Tim. And we are on to our first case of the evening, and we've got the petitioner on Zoom, and we've also got the map up on the screen of the area in question. So this is case R-2024-005, and that's the petition of Sam Imiak of Imiak Capital to rezone property located at 111 West Washington Street from B2 Business District Retail to B3 Business Service District. And that property ID number is 01-01-32-405-020. Sam, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Excellent. Will you raise your right hand for me? And then do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. And you can go ahead and explain to the ZBA what you intend to do with the property or why you're requesting the zoning change.
Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate everyone taking the time to meet with me tonight. I purchased this property in June of this year. And we've had some substantive conversations with for partners for redevelopment, be that credit businesses or either food and beverage or finance or service uses, where we're considering all options. And to that end, it would be most beneficial for us to attract the widest array of potential partners if the property has the widest array of zoning possible. Now, to speak a little bit about potential issues or businesses that the city might not feel are the strongest uses of this property. As all of you know, this is located in the Four Corners district, and the city has passed an extensive overlay. I can correct me on the exact verbiage of what the city's looking for, and so we're attempting to partner with the city to find the most attractive use for everyone. But to meet that end, we're seeking B3 zoning, which would give us the broadest potential zoning to attract the broadest number of potential users to work with the city on. And there is precedent for B3 zoning here in the Four Corners district. The property directly across the street from us on Washington Street, I believe that's 105, currently has B3 zoning. So that shows a little bit about how our request isn't outside of the norm or what currently exists in the Four Corners district, and can really assist in launching a marketing strategy to bring in the widest array of potential users.
Okay, questions for Sam? Tim?
I don't have any questions.
Michael?
No questions.
Troy?
No, I think you covered it.
John?
No questions.
Don?
One question I have, so I visit the Goodwill quite a bit, right? Your neighboring business there, your neighboring partner there. And one thing I've noticed, and I don't believe the driver's school is in the building anymore, but there seemed to be some congestion in that little driveway between your parking lot and your building as well. And if you're going to add things to it, I'm just curious if you have looked at or will be looking at considerations of that space, because that whole drive area can get quite busy.
Sam, I don't know if you heard the question. He was asking about
Can you not hear me?
the mic is right here.
I'm sorry.
He was asking about traffic congestion and that sort of thing, if that's something that you have taken a look at. Might be dependent upon a specific use, but
On the site itself between the
he had
parking
observed,
lot.
the site has some amount of congestion coming through the property here in front of the building and out onto Washington.
Yes, completely understood. I can completely understand where that sentiment would come from. We have been and I'm sure I can share, we have been in constant communication with the city on any potential users and what impact that would have on traffic counts and on parking. So I feel that the positive thing is that when we get to site plan approvals for a potential user, all of those would be factors that I'm sure we would consider during site plan approvals. This is just more of a broad conversation about ensuring that we have zoning to bring in a potential user. So we don't have, as I said, this conversation is somewhat of a broad conversation, and I'm sure as we start to drill down on specific potential partners, we would be more than happy to do a study of some type to ensure that traffic continues to flow smoothly. And as I'm sure all of you are aware, there onto Washington Street. So we would hope to maintain the same level of thoughtfulness in ensuring that that traffic remains at a reasonable pace.
Thank you.
No questions.
Thank you, Sam. I don't think I have any questions either. Ty, do we go ahead and go through deliberations so that Sam can stay for that, or
Yeah, that'd be fine. Let's do deliberations, then we
do you
can move on
want
to
to
the
tell
next
him
thing.
because he probably can't hear me then?
Yeah, Sam, we're gonna go through deliberations on your item, so you'll have an idea what's going on, and then we'll move on to the rest of our agenda.
And should I step off the call once we're moving on to the next agenda item?
Yes, yeah, you're welcome to stick around here for the deliberations, and then you're welcome to jump off. We'll shut down the Zoom at that point.
We'll make sure, yeah, okay. Excellent. Okay, so this is case R2024-0005, and the petitioner, Imiak Capital, is requesting zoning change from B2 Business District Retail to B3 Business Service District. And again, that property address is 111 West Washington Street. It's the former bank building. Sits on close to the corner. So after conducting a public hearing and considering the facts, the Zoning Board of Appeals makes the following findings of fact and recommendation. Will the proposed rezoning conform with existing uses of property in the surrounding area?
Yes.
Yes.
Will the proposed rezoning conform with the existing zoning of property in the surrounding area?
Yes.
Yes.
Is the property suitable to the uses permitted under the proposed zoning classifications?
Yes.
Yes.
Does the lot possess one of the following: 200 feet of frontage, 25,000 square feet of area, adjoin a lot with the same zoning classification?
Yes.
Will the proposed rezoning be injurious to surrounding property or improvements?
Yes.
No.
Or no? Yeah, sorry.
Got some conflict on that one. Okay. So,
Accidental conflict.
Mental conflict, yes, it was.
so why don't you go ahead and explain what you're conflicted about, and that'll give us some idea of what questions to ask each other.
No, I read that right in my mind. So it was just a mental.
Excellent. So maybe we don't have any, we do have some dissension. George has got a question.
I just got a question for you. So if we go to a service industry, to me, that's going to generate more traffic constantly through the day, rather than like an office building where they come in the morning, they leave in the evening or whatever. Is there any way that that traffic, how you enter that parking lot, could that be changed though? No wider or what, whatever?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's certainly potential. That one of the things that we would take a look at with Sam is, as he looks to develop the site, you'd want to take a look at, okay, what is going to be the anticipated traffic volume generated? And certain uses are going to generate more.
Right.
Some are going to be very specific. If it's a restaurant-type use, you're going to have maybe breakfast and lunch being heavier times versus others, but it's going to be use-driven. If you get a financial institution in there, well, their traffic is going to be pretty low and constant, but not necessarily have peaks to it. So that would be one thing we want to take a look at as uses are identified. Hey, this is going to work here. What is it going to generate? And do you have to do something with that entrance to facilitate? Because right now, there's a sign there that says, no left turn. Does it get followed? Not very often. There's a lot of folks that turn left out of there. So it does, there's some challenges. It does have other alternate exits, which is good. There's a cross-access easement. You can go back out through Community Plaza, get to the signals on Main Street. There's another entrance off of Columbia. So there are some options. And I think that, most development that you'd look at here would want to retain some sort of cross-access easement, so you don't have to force all the traffic through one entrance versus the other.
And I think too, isn't it a 4-story building?
Correct. The
Okay,
current
so
one.
I worked in a building just like that up in Morton, and the way I look at it is a restaurant or anything with a drive-through is only going to be on the first floor. You're not going to have 4 floors of restaurants with, 24-hour or, 18-hour a day traffic. Really, It would open up the second, third, and fourth floor to other businesses, but they'd still not be the type of business that may be interested in just that first floor, kind of limiting, I think, the number of customers in that way.
I have the exact same reservations that George has, but at the same time, I think the zoning department has done a good job with the code to, we wouldn't be doing it right now, but those kind of concerns would get addressed at a later date. And the petitioner said the exact same thing. So I have no problem with it, and I'll make a motion to approve case R-2024-005, petition of Sam Imac of Imac Capital to rezone the property from B2 to business district retail. I'm sorry, from B2 to B3 business service district, which I believe also includes B2.
I'll second that.
So they
Go
kind
ahead.
of build upon each other.
They build upon each
Yeah.
other. Yes, that's, yeah.
And so to your point that this is not to interject, or I know we're looking, got a second here with
Yes.
Michael, that the city does have in place, one of the items that we recently took a look at was that Four Corners district plan that has some controls to it for this area that are a little
And
different than.
even more strict than.
Yeah, so this doesn't open the door to say everything allowed in B3 is allowed here. It says, if it's auto-oriented uses are going to have to require, they're going to need to go through a special use, and so that would be the opportunity to look at, particularly those that are going to generate some additional traffic, make sure that there are necessary things done to address those.
And that's what I like about it. Plus, Sam seems to be spot on in terms of wanting to do something with this property, and let's do it.
Okay, we'll have a roll call vote.
Driscoll,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Tippett,
Yes.
Bershears, Sams,
Yes.
Berner,
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. And do you want to explain to Sam then what the next steps are?
Yeah, Sam, this goes on to the city council. First reading can be as soon as next Tuesday. And it has 2 readings. So to go for the first reading, the second reading will be the first Tuesday in December.
Okay, perfect. So I'm
I
sure
said this.
we'll give communication prior to that.
Okay.
Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate your time and looking forward to working with you all again.
Thanks, Sam.
Thank you, Sam.
Okay.
Okay, we will move on then with the second case of the evening, and that is case A-2024-010. That's the petition of the City of East Peoria to amend the East Peoria Levy Overlay District Plan. Ty addressed that late this afternoon in an email, but you've got the hard copy in front of you. And this is additional information, I believe, as to what was in our original packet. Ty, will you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Excellent. As the petitioner, go ahead and explain what we are looking at here.
So the proposed changes here, you recall that we went through and looked at the Four Corners district. So here we're taking a closer look at the levy district overlay plan. And the levy district, as the name indicates, is going to encompass the area that we're in right now, goes all the way to the railroad tracks, goes past the bank and the Holiday Inn. Particular focus is being placed upon the Center Street corridor, yet to be formally named, but this corridor is mostly all owned, and the property that's identified here in the graphic above me is all owned by the city. And the idea is to continue to complement the development that's happened here in the levy district. And as we have the apartments, the Bluetown development that's going on next door here, we hear from a lot of different residents that they really like the idea of, boy, we can live down here. There's a lot of things to do. One of the components that has eluded us up to this point has been entertainment. We've got some opportunities. You've got the new putt club that's over there by Bass Pro. There are some things to do, but there could be more. And so one of the things that we've looked for is more mixed-use development that complements the levy district. And the changes here that are proposed, really, they identify this area. They provide greater flexibility. And think of outdoor festivals, opportunities for outdoor live music, but also tying into more mixed-use development, so maybe there's an opportunity for condominiums and that sort of thing. But the changes here really kind of provide flexibility for those outdoor festivals and activities that could really be every night of the summertime. I think there's some good examples locally in the area of that type of activity, and it's something that we can certainly offer here. So that is the gist of the proposed changes, really to provide flexibility in the code for that. And I'd entertain any questions.
Okay. Tim Kelly, any questions?
No questions.
Michael?
None.
Troy?
No.
John? Don?
So this is for the entire levy district, not just that, the
So the
Or am I
focus
wrong?
is really going to be on that Center Street area. That while this is within the levy district, I don't think that this necessarily opens the door for it all over. There are still opportunities for special events to happen within the levy district, but the emphasis is providing some more flexibility here.
this
in
is behind
particular.
Costco and the fire station.
Correct.
Okay.
Behind
Or
SEFCU
behind.
and next to Costco.
So the big building is Costco.
Okay, I got you.
Does that help?
Yes. It is not included in this area.
No, it's
I mean,
across the
it's
street.
adjacent to.
Okay.
So the city owns all that in the green?
Yes.
That's all I had, sorry.
Okay. George?
I have no questions.
I have no questions. Do we just do a roll call vote?
We'll just do a voice vote, and then this will go on, just like we did with the Four Corners Plan. The Planning Commission will also review this document and provide recommendation to the City Council.
Do I have a motion to pass this? Do I have a motion on this?
I'll make a motion that we do a roll call vote.
Go ahead.
Okay, we can do it if you want.
What?
We can do a roll call vote if you want.
But do we need a motion?
It could be just a voice vote is
Oh, it
sufficient.
can?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, we'll just do roll call vote then, no motion.
Okay. Driscoll,
Yes.
Whitman,
Yes.
Tippett,
Yes.
Brashears,
Yes.
Sams,
Yes.
Berner,
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
All voting in favor.
Excellent. Okay, old business, new business. I think everybody on the ZBA, if you want to express, but thank you to all the veterans. Happy Veterans Day. And our parade here on Saturday was wonderful. And the flyover was fun to watch for,
Yeah.
the crummy day that it was. But I guess I'll just open it up to anybody else who wants to say anything about it. If you feel so, the urge.
Probably about 4 minutes of talking.
I guess talk slow. Anyway, hearing no one else, do we have any citizens who wish to address the ZBA on a non-agenda item? And seeing no possibilities,
If you haven't received it yet, let us know. Notification for the joint meeting that we'll be having with the comprehensive plan consultant. You all should have received that notice. Please respond if you can, because we want to make sure we get lunch.
plenty
So-
of, yeah.
That's coming up in December.
Excellent, okay. Then I will adjourn the meeting, and we will meet in December. The meeting's ended. Thank you all.